Have you ever found yourself pondering over why some men start to dislike their wives as they age? What really changes in those decades-long relationships that once seemed unbreakable? Today, we dive deep into this sensitive yet profoundly important topic, uncovering not just one but 5 practical reasons behind such shifts in feelings. Whether you're married, planning to be, or simply interested in the psychology of relationships, this video promises to shed light on aspects of marital dynamics often left unexplored. So, pause for a moment and ask yourself, have you noticed subtle changes in the relationships around you over time? Let's delve into these insights together and perhaps along the way find key strategies to rejuvenate and strengthen these lifelong bonds. Remember, understanding is the first step towards improvement, and we're here to explore every angle. Stay with us as we break down these complex dynamics into comprehensible parts. It might just change the way you view long-term relationships. Explanation of common perceptions? Before we delve deeper into our specific explanations, it's crucial to address some common perceptions and misconceptions surrounding why men might start to dislike their wives as they get older. Often these ideas are rooted in oversimplified views of aging and compatibility, neglecting the complex, multi-layered nature of human relationships. Many believe that this disenchantment is solely due to physical changes or a decline in romantic intensity. However, while these factors may contribute, they are far from the whole story. It's important to recognize that the core issues often lie much deeper, in the psychological and emotional realms. Think about this. Does the essence of a person really change just because they age? Or is it our perception and appreciation of them that shifts? Another common belief is that growing apart is inevitable in any long-term relationship. While it's true that individual paths can diverge, this isn't a foregone conclusion but rather a challenge to be managed. Relationships, like gardens, need tending. Without proper care, communication, shared experiences, mutual respect, they can wither. So ask yourself, how much effort are you putting into renewing and refreshing your relationship? Also, there's often a gendered lens through which these issues are viewed. We hear about men growing tired of their wives, but what about the reverse? This isn't a one-sided issue. Dissatisfaction can occur on both sides, and understanding this helps frame our discussion in a more balanced way. By challenging these common perceptions, we open the door to a more thoughtful and productive discussion about the real reasons behind these feelings of disaffection. Understanding these deeper dynamics allows us to approach solutions with empathy and insight rather than blame and resignation. Shall we move on to the first practical explanation now, focusing on how familiarity can breed contempt in long-term relationships? First, practical explanation: familiarity breeds contempt. Let's explore our first practical reason why some men may grow to dislike their wives as they age. Familiarity breeds contempt. This phrase encapsulates a deep-seated issue in many long-standing relationships, where the novelty and excitement that once sparked admiration slowly dissipate over time. When a relationship begins, everything is new and exciting. Each partner presents a world of unknowns to be discovered. Think back to the early days of a relationship. You know how each shared moment and each discovery about the other felt exhilarating. Now consider what happens as those mysteries resolve into routine. Daily life settles into a predictable pattern, and the thrill of learning and experiencing new things together wanes. This is a natural progression, but one that carries risks if not actively managed. As humans, our brains are wired to seek out and value novelty. This drive keeps us engaged with our environment and our relationships. In the context of a marriage, when the novelty wears off, so too can the attentiveness and appreciation we once held for our partner. Imagine a man who initially admired his wife's spontaneous and adventurous spirit. Years later, he might find those same traits predictable or even inconvenient, not because she has changed, but because his perception of her has settled into a fixed image. This shifting perception can be exacerbated by the entrenchment in daily routines and responsibilities. Couples often transition from engaging with each other in exciting and dynamic ways to interacting primarily around logistical and practical matters. Think about how a conversation about dreams and ambitions can slowly morph into discussions about bills, home maintenance, or parenting duties. This change doesn't just alter the tone of interactions, it fundamentally changes how partners see each other. From fascinating companions to functional co-managers of household affairs. To counteract this decline in admiration, couples need to inject new life into their relationship continuously. This doesn't mean abandoning responsibilities or regressing to a honeymoon phase, but rather finding new ways to engage with each other. For example, learning a new language together, taking dance classes, or setting a joint goal like hiking in different national parks can reintroduce the element of discovery and growth that fueled the relationship's early days. Moreover, it's crucial for partners to actively remind themselves of the qualities they once admired in each other and to recognize how those qualities have evolved, not diminished. A husband might start to see his wife's management of home affairs not as mundane, but as a complex and vital role that requires intelligence, patience, and creativity, thus fostering a renewed respect and appreciation for her abilities. This effort to maintain curiosity and appreciation can significantly impact the emotional climate of a marriage. It turns what could be a path toward contempt into an opportunity for reconnection and deepened mutual respect. Emphasizing growth and novelty allows both partners to continue seeing each other as complex, evolving individuals, rather than static elements in their everyday lives. Therefore, resisting the contempt that familiarity might breed requires conscious effort and creativity in how we engage with our partners. It asks that we not only adapt to but also embrace the changes that time brings, seeing them as opportunities to deepen our understanding and appreciation of our loved ones. This explanation sets the stage for our next point, evolving interests and personal growth, which are pivotal in maintaining the vitality of a relationship. Shall we continue to explore how personal evolution impacts marital satisfaction? Second, practical explanation, evolving interests and personal growth. As we delve into our second practical explanation, we focus on the impact of evolving interests and personal growth on marital relationships. Over time, it's natural for individuals within a marriage to develop new interests and undergo personal transformations. These changes are healthy and reflective of each person's journey through life, but they can also create gaps in shared experiences and values, potentially leading to feelings of disconnection between spouses. Consider how a person's hobbies, career ambitions, or even philosophical outlooks might evolve. A husband or wife who once shared a passion for adventurous travel may find themselves more drawn to the quiet comfort of home life, or vice versa. These shifts, while enriching on a personal level, can pose challenges if not navigated thoughtfully within the marriage. When one partner pursues a new career path or develops a new passion, it can inadvertently create a sense of exclusion or alienation in the other, particularly if these new pursuits are not shared or understood. Communication plays a crucial role here. It's the bridge that can connect separate paths. Partners must strive to share their new experiences and insights, bringing them into the relationship rather than allowing them to create barriers. For instance, a wife taking up painting could invite her husband to her exhibitions, or involve him in her creative process, turning what could be a solitary interest into a shared venture. Another significant aspect of evolving interests is the opportunity for mutual growth. Relationships thrive on mutual support and shared journeys. Encouraging and participating in each other's interests not only builds understanding but also deepens the emotional bond. This could mean joining your spouse in learning a new skill or supporting their decision to go back to school for further education. Celebrate achievements together, whether they're personal milestones like finishing a marathon or professional ones like receiving a promotion. Yet, it's not uncommon for individuals to feel threatened by their partner's growth, particularly if it seems to outpace their own. This can lead to insecurity, where one might fear being left behind or becoming less interesting to their spouse. Addressing these feelings openly is essential. Partners need to reassure each other that their growth enhances their lives together rather than detracts from their relationship. Furthermore, adapting to each other's changes requires flexibility and openness. The willingness to adjust to new dynamics and explore different aspects of your personalities together can turn potential strife into a source of revitalization for the relationship. It's about finding joy in the new layers each person uncovers about themselves and each other, rather than clinging to a static image of who you were when you first met. To practically apply this in a marriage, setting aside time for regular check-ins about personal goals and experiences can be beneficial. These discussions can help both partners stay aligned and appreciative of each other's journeys, fostering a supportive environment that celebrates individuality within the framework of a committed relationship. In summary, embracing and integrating each other's evolving interests and personal growth is not just about preventing discontent. It's about enriching the relationship, making it more resilient and dynamic. This approach not only mitigates the risk of partners growing apart, but actively cultivates a deeper, more meaningful connection. As we understand the importance of evolving together, let's move on to our next point, which involves the role of societal and gender expectations in shaping marital dynamics. Ready to explore how these external pressures impact the way spouses perceive and relate to each other? Third, practical explanation: societal and gender roles. Now, let's examine how societal and gender roles profoundly impact marital satisfaction, particularly as couples age. These roles, deeply ingrained through cultural expectations and social conditioning, can create significant pressures that skew perceptions and interactions between spouses. Historically and even today, men and women are often expected to fulfill certain roles within the household and society. Men may feel the pressure to be the primary breadwinners, while women might be expected to manage the household and care for children, even if they also work full-time. As couples get older, these roles can become even more pronounced, leading to a sense of entrapment or frustration if one or both partners feel confined by these expectations. Consider a scenario where a husband has spent years working in a high-pressure job to provide for his family, believing this to be his primary contribution to the marital relationship. Simultaneously, his wife may have taken on the bulk of domestic responsibilities and emotional labor, perhaps setting aside her own career aspirations or personal interests. Over time, this dynamic can lead to a lack of mutual understanding and appreciation. The husband might feel his efforts are unnoticed or undervalued, while the wife may feel that her sacrifices and contributions are taken for granted. These entrenched roles can also prevent couples from seeing each other as complete, multifaceted individuals. A man might begin to view his wife primarily as a caregiver or homemaker, rather than as the complex and dynamic person he fell in love with. Similarly, a woman might see her husband solely as a provider, obscuring other aspects of his identity and contributions. This reduction of a person to a role can diminish the emotional and intellectual connection between partners. To address these challenges, it is crucial for couples to actively discuss and renegotiate their roles throughout their relationship. This conversation can involve acknowledging the contributions each partner makes, not only in terms of financial support or domestic work, but also in emotional support and companionship. Recognizing and validating each other's efforts in these areas can help restore a sense of balance and appreciation. Furthermore, challenging traditional gender roles can open up new avenues for connection and support. For instance, encouraging men to engage more actively in domestic life and emotional caregiving, and supporting women in pursuing their career goals and personal interests, can lead to a more equitable and fulfilling relationship. This shift not only alleviates the pressures associated with traditional roles, but also enriches the relationship by allowing both partners to share more completely in each other's lives. Breaking free from the constraints of societal and gender expectations not only fosters a healthier, more supportive marital environment, but also allows couples to rediscover each other as individuals. This deeper understanding and renewed perception can significantly enhance marital satisfaction and longevity. As we have seen how evolving roles and expectations can influence marital dynamics, let's next explore how physical and emotional changes that come with aging can also impact the emotional distance between spouses. Ready to delve into this sensitive yet crucial aspect of long-term relationships? Fourth, practical explanation: physical and emotional distance. As couples age, they inevitably encounter changes in both physical and emotional capacities, which can significantly impact the dynamics of their relationship. These changes can create a physical and emotional distance that wasn't there in younger years, influencing how partners interact and connect with each other. Physically, the aging process can affect health, stamina, and libido. Such transformations may alter a couple's intimacy dynamics, which is a cornerstone of marital satisfaction. For instance, if one partner experiences a decrease in physical ability or desire, it can lead to feelings of frustration and isolation for both individuals. The partner experiencing these changes might feel inadequate or embarrassed, while the other might feel neglected or unloved, even though the root cause is beyond their control. Emotionally, aging can also shift a person's psychological state and emotional needs. Changes in mood, increased susceptibility to depression, or anxiety over health and life changes are common as people grow older. These emotional shifts can affect how spouses relate to one another, often exacerbating the sense of distance between them. For example, a husband who used to share his worries and seek comfort from his wife might begin to withdraw, preferring to deal with his anxieties alone to avoid burdening her. Moreover, as children grow up and leave home, many couples face the empty nest syndrome, which dramatically changes the daily routine and emotional landscape of their lives. This transition can leave spouses feeling lost, unsure how to engage with each other in the absence of their usual roles as active parents. This new phase can strain the marriage as each individual struggles to redefine their identity, both within and outside of their marital relationship. To bridge this physical and emotional distance, communication becomes more crucial than ever. Couples need to openly discuss their changing needs and challenges and seek ways to support each other through these transitions. This might involve adapting their methods of physical intimacy to accommodate changing bodies and desires, or finding new hobbies or activities they can enjoy together to fill the space previously occupied by parenting responsibilities. Therapeutic interventions such as couples therapy can also be immensely beneficial in helping partners navigate these changes. Therapy provides a structured environment where couples can learn new communication strategies, express their vulnerabilities without fear of judgment, and rediscover the emotional intimacy that might have been eroded by physical and lifestyle changes. Ultimately, acknowledging and addressing the physical and emotional distances that can develop with age is vital in maintaining a fulfilling relationship. By actively choosing to grow together through these changes, rather than allowing them to create divisions, couples can continue to build a strong, loving relationship that adapts to the challenges and rewards of aging together. Having explored the impact of physical and emotional changes, our next discussion will focus on external stresses, such as financial pressures and retirement, and how they affect marital satisfaction. Shall we proceed to uncover how these external factors play a critical role in shaping the dynamics of a long-standing marriage? Fifth, practical explanation: external stresses. Our final practical explanation delves into how external stresses, particularly financial pressures and the transition to retirement, profoundly affect marital satisfaction. As couples age, these external factors can significantly challenge the stability and harmony of their relationship. Financial pressures can come from many directions. Perhaps there's a need to support aging parents, help adult children, or manage healthcare costs, which can escalate as couples grow older. The burden of these financial responsibilities often falls unevenly within the marriage, leading to stress and conflict. For example, if one partner handles all financial decisions and stresses, it might lead to feelings of isolation or resentment from both sides. The financial provider may feel overburdened and underappreciated, whereas the other partner might feel excluded from significant decisions or insecure about the financial stability of their future. Retirement marks another pivotal life transition that can disrupt long-established routines and roles within a marriage. The shift from full-time work to retirement is not just a financial adjustment but also a psychological one. Losing the structure and purpose provided by a career can lead to a sense of identity loss and depression, affecting one's self-esteem and how they interact with their spouse. Suddenly, couples may find themselves spending much more time together than ever before, which can surface unresolved issues or lead to new tensions. To mitigate these stresses, it is crucial for couples to plan together for the future, discussing their visions for retirement and openly addressing their financial concerns. Establishing a new routine post-retirement, finding shared activities, or even pursuing new individual interests can help maintain a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Additionally, seeking financial advice from professionals can alleviate some of the burdens and provide a roadmap for managing finances together, reducing the stress and uncertainty that can come with major economic changes in later life. By proactively addressing these external stresses and working together to find solutions, couples can strengthen their relationship, ensuring that these challenges bring them closer rather than driving them apart. With our exploration of the 5 practical explanations complete, let's wrap up our discussion and reflect on how these insights can help maintain and even enhance marital satisfaction as couples grow older. Shall we move on to the conclusion? As we conclude our exploration of why some men may start to dislike their wives as they age, it's clear that the reasons extend far beyond superficial changes. They root deeply in evolving personal dynamics, societal expectations, physical and emotional shifts, and external pressures. Understanding these factors provides a more nuanced perspective on marital relationships and the complexities involved as couples navigate the later stages of life together. The key takeaway from our discussion is that maintaining marital satisfaction requires intentional effort and adaptation. It isn't just about weathering the storms together, but actively engaging in growth, communication, and mutual support. Relationships are dynamic, not static, and they thrive on continued investment in each other's happiness and well-being. To foster a fulfilling and resilient marriage, couples should strive to embrace and encourage each other's personal growth and new interests. Openly communicate about their needs, fears, and desires at every stage of life. Challenge and redefine traditional roles that may no longer serve their relationship. Address physical and emotional changes with compassion and understanding. Collaboratively manage external stresses, like finances and retirement planning. Love, respect, and admiration are cultivated qualities that can flourish with conscious nurturing. If you are watching this and find yourself relating to any of the issues discussed, remember that it's never too late to begin making positive changes. Start a conversation with your partner about these topics. Reflect on what actions you can take to renew or strengthen your connection. Thank you for joining me in this deep dive into the complexities of marital satisfaction as we age. If you found this discussion enlightening, please share it with friends or loved ones who might also benefit. Your engagement helps us continue providing content that makes a difference. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts or experiences related to this topic.